Hello, this is Annalisa from Faith Dream Create, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a summer-themed card using the My Favorite Things Read Me Like a Book stamp set and the Simon Says Stamp School Bus Messages stamp set. So the Simon Says Stamp bus stamp is no longer available, but I wanted to go ahead and use it with this My Favorite Things stamp because I thought they would pair so perfectly together, and there would be so many options. I am doing a summer break themed card, but this girl with the books could be used for so many different cards. End of school year, summer break, back to school, teacher appreciation, any book lover in your life for any occasion. So definitely a great stamp set. I love the Pure Innocence line. So many great options, and yeah. So as you can see here, I am working on the background. I am inking Distress Oxide inks directly onto my card base and blending them on there. I'm going to be using two different colors to do that and get my background, get this card going, and hopefully inspire you along the way. And I just want to mention that all of the supplies that I use will be listed down below in the description box. If you're ever curious and want to read more about the product or get a closer look, you can definitely check out those links down below. Now, if a product is not available, like the Simon Says Stamp School Bus Messages stamp set, now I can't list that down below, but any products that are still available and on these certain websites that I shop at, I will list them down below for you. And then once that is all ink blended, I'm just going to splatter some water onto the background because I love how the oxides react with water. It gets me every time. It is just so cool. You're doing such a simple task and you get such fun results. And it's just so amazing. So I kept splattering that water on and then dabbing it off with a paper towel. You will see here in a second. And then I kept doing this until I was happy with it. Just love how it brings that background to the forefront and just adds a little something without adding too much. It is definitely a fun process. Cleaning up, and then I'm just going to admire the creation. Okay, and then I'm just finding some little bits of scraps of a white cardstock to stamp up my images. Because why not? Don't want to pull out a whole big piece of white paper if I don't need to. There's your tip. How to use your paper scraps. That one's pretty easy, but yeah, no. And just going to ink up the school bus and then the little girl. And get all the stamping done. So let me know down below in the comments what has been the highlight of your summer. Highlight of my summer has just been having a lot of time with my family and getting to go to the parks more and just enjoying the weather, the sunshine, being able to get out more. Yes, definitely. So as you can see, I'm using Memento Tuxedo black ink to ink up the school bus. That is the best ink for alcohol markers that I find works great. So going to ink up that. I thought I was going to color that, I guess, with my footage. But then I was like, no, I need to stamp out the girl. Don't know, but yes, a little bit of back and forth. Why not? The creative process is sometimes a little bit messy, and that is okay. It's about the fun that goes into it as well. So she is all inked up, and then I am going to color her in with mostly Spectrum Noir markers, but I do pull in a few Copic colors. For my skin tones, I definitely use the Copic markers. I have some of the older Spectrum Noir markers, so I'm missing some colors, and I feel like the colors have changed, so I will link to them as best as I can. But yes, So as I color this in, I will go ahead and put some music on, and then I will be back. Now the coloring is all done, the girl and the school bus, and now I'm ready to move on to the next step. So I felt like this school bus needed a little bit of grounding, a little bit more detail on the card base. So as you can see, I'm using the Distress ink here to add some detail and some lines to ground these images and make them not float. So I just took the Distress ink and sponged it onto my glass mat here and sprayed it with some water and used a paintbrush to add those details in so that my images were not floating in space. They had some purpose on this card base. So, and now I'm just adding in some foam tape to the bus, and then I'm going to actually do a double layer on the girl to give it a extra 3D effect and make her stand out more, that she's standing in front of the bus, and it really gives it that 3D realistic look. And I really love how it turned out. So stay tuned to find out how this all looks and how it turns out. Dun, dun, dun. Just getting all the details on the bus worked out. Some of the foam tape went over a little bit. So here I'm adding that double layer of foam tape and cutting down a little bit of the foam tape to fit onto her legs. And then I'm going to take off the one layer of the foam tape there and then add that second layer in. And get it all ready and pop her on there. And it just gives it that perfect dimension and adds to it. So then I was trying to figure out what sentiment I wanted to go ahead and use. So I'm using the sentiment from the Simon Says Stamp School Bus Messages stamp set. You could definitely use any sentiment, any school related, any thank yous, this could be a happy birthday card. There are so many options with this. So I chose to use the have fun on your summer break. And it just stamped that directly onto the card base. And then to finish up the card, I am using the Pops of Color from scrapbook.com. And a fun random fact, I might have mentioned this already on my channel, but I am from Canada and we spell color with a U. So we spell it C-O-L-O-U-R. But Americans spell it C-O-L-O-R. So every time I go to spell this, my spell checker is like, no, that is not how you spell it, Annalisa. Please fix this. But it's right. So yeah, just adding the Nouveau, I want to say Nouveau drops, but they are not. They are the pops of color from scrapbook.com, and you just add them on and you flick the card a little bit and it makes them go flatter. You can also keep them a little bit more 3D dimensional without the flicking, but I love the flat dots depending on what you're going for. So that is the finished card, and I love how the dots added to that. The pops of color just added that little bit of extra to the card and finished off. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I'm getting so close to 1,000 subscribers and I appreciate all of you so much. So I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.